on Trust TV. Well, looking happy new year also, as we've done that on January 1st. But right now it's time to talk sport. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We just saw their Super Eagles training, the first training session they had yesterday at the MK Abiola Stadium. That was the first time. 13 players in camp already as we speak right now. 13 Super Eagles players in camp. And we were there to at least have some chit-chat with some of these players and also the coach of the Super Eagles. Well, before we be doing that, let's quickly unveil our guests. Let's talk about sports. Ibrahim Yusuf, good to have you in the studio.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Adeni, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Let's talk some sports.
Exactly.
Well, Super Eagles have actually started their training officially. It started yesterday. And about 13 players, although 12 were actually at the stadium. Then Maduka Okoye joined, zooming in to be making it 13. And the preparation, our focus right now on this show for this hour is the fact that Super Eagles preparation for Afcon is going well so far. Out of all the players, you know, they have adjusted lists. Some players couldn't come due to injury, Leon Balogun and all the likes. And some players were quickly called upon. And now, those players are beginning to at least come in to Nigeria, and we have already 13 players. We learned that today, Kosalisi Yusuf and some players will also be coming to swell the amount of players that will be preparing for this Afcon.
Well, having numbers is good. Having the numbers come in and come in on time is actually good, so that they can start the preparations proper. You know, it's very easy to say that, okay, fine, we're calling in these players, this one is coming, that one is coming. But it's another thing to actually get them together in one place so that they can have a feel of how to play, you know, with each other within a specific period of time. So it's actually good that the numbers are swelling up and we're getting players to come in.
Okay, in fact, the news coming in, they also had that Igalo, or doing Igalo, according to the news, that Al-Shabaab, they don't want to release him. And that would be another problem because we know what happened concerning Dennis' case.
Exactly.
And other players. And now, if Igalo doesn't make, you have to be looking for another. Although we have a lot of players, but the way it's going, news came out that Al-Shabaab may not want to release Odion Igalo.
Well, when it comes to Odion Igalo, I think we have enough attacking talent on display. We have what the players that we actually have now. Yes, maybe not in his particular mold, you know, but we do have a lot of attacking options as well. So I think he will be missed, yes, if he doesn't get released. But I don't think he'll be missed that much, really. If you
have to look at his playing, his experience.
Yes, well, his experience, exactly. So those are the things that will be missed, you know. And having a target man in that mold will actually help when we try to switch things up tactically. You understand? But still, I think we do hope that Al-Shabaab will acquiesce and let him come, so that even if not for anything, you know, players like Igalo have a little bit of influence, have sway in the locker room, and they can be able to motivate these players with the experience that he has and whatnot. So for the younger ones, it's actually a good thing for him to be there. So we hope they resolve that impasse.
Okay, now, if you continue to look at the Super Eagles as they were training, you look at the 12 players before Maduka Okoye came in, they were really ready to go. They really showed their class that, okay, this Afcon, we want to do something, we want to make statements. Even though a lot of Nigerians are rating us low, but we will surprise them by putting on much more better performance. In fact, in one of the interviews that we had with Moses Simon spoke, and also Olisa Amdad, when I play for Orlando Pirates in South Africa, alongside the coach, that's the interim manager of Super Eagles. Let's see the interview session where the Moses Simon, Olisanda, and also Coach Eguavon speaking, talking about Super Eagles interview. Let's look at those interview, what they said, and at least we hope that even though it was painful for Eguavon, according to him, for Dennis not to be able to make it, and also Sime, he spoke about all this in their interview.
This is why we're called to the third quarter of This is the first training section here. You can see we're getting better.
Yeah, what would be your aim going to the Nations Cup if you're called up finally with named the final squad?
My aim as an individual is to win. This is my first time, so my aim is to go all the way and join the Nations Cup.
Alright,
thank you.
What are your expectations? Where will Nigeria get to on a minimum basis that you consider a fair achievement, considering the fact that we took a relatively young squad to the last Afcon and we finished third?
Actually, I would say minimum semi-final.
Minimum semi-final.
Energy, there's a lot of speed, and that's exactly what you need in the game of football, modern football today. I think what we have so far, we're very impressed with it.
All right, what will you be looking out for in selecting your final 23 man of squad? What are you going to be looking out for in the squad, in the players?
Commitment and the way we want to play. We've broken it down to them, and they have all aligned. So the next thing is how to come about it during training sections and see who will fit in the way we want to play. It's about the way we want to play and commitment as well.
Okay, Coach, can you again express your disappointment over the inability of Emmanuel Dennis from Watford?
Oh yes, very disappointed. I mean, he's in top form. Him not being available for us right now is painful, but there's nothing anybody can do about it. The club refused for the fact that the federation made a lot of effort, and the boy also made a lot of effort. That was why before we submitted that list, it took time. It was the last minute before we had to push the button to say, that's it. I was in constant touch with Dennis every hour, and it proved to no avail. So at the end of the day, we just have to settle and let him be, because he told us that his club is refusing. There's nothing he can do about it. He normally wanted to come, but it's beyond his own decision, so we have to settle for it.
What's the situation about Victor Osimhen?
He's out because we spoke, and the same situation with Emmanuel Dennis. Spoke from like 10 a.m. to about 8 p.m. every hour, every 2 hours, and actually apologized and pleaded. We all know how eager he used to play for his country, because we know he's very committed, true professional. But the situation we have to look at is health first. In as much as Nigeria wants victory, Nigeria wants to win, we all want to win. But the boys' health, I think, is more important. And he has told me and told us as well that he's not going to be here physically, but he'll be here in spirit.
Yes, first Eagles training session there. I saw what happened between what Olisa Nda said and also Moses Simon, the coach, the interim coach, Augustine Iguavoin, what he said concerning the preparation. That is actually so very painful that Dennis won't be coming, and also Seaman, so committed, but he won't be coming also. And other players that have opted out, and now we have another players that will be stepping in.
Yes, definitely. Well, that's the importance of having a large pool of players to actually call from, call upon, when situations like these happen, because we know there's always this problem when you have a tournament that comes in within the season. Clubs don't want to release players are injured, and a lot of other things come into play. So that's why it's very important to have a large pool of players to call in, so that they can actually replace these players that are unable to come in. Because definitely the coach has an idea of the style of play that he wants to implement. So, and he needs specific players to actually do that. By submitting a particular list, that means he has identified those players that can play that for him. So once you get that, and then you have players not coming in, definitely you'll need replacements. And the Nigeria, as we always say, talent is not our problem. We really don't have that. The only thing is getting the right blend of players to get things done when we want them to.
Well, still talking about the training, the first instruction. You just saw, you are seeing there, the goalkeepers doing their thing there. You have John Noble, Daniel Akpeyi, and Francis Uzoho. The three of them were being coached by retired Super Eagles player, talking about Aloy Agu, while they were drilling them at the MK Abiola Stadium on. That was on Sunday, their first training session. Uzoho, they are trying to keep fit ahead of the Afcon. The flexibility of the goalkeepers has been at least put into practice here. Good one there. I've just still looking at the Super Eagles preparation for Afcon. Ibrahim seems not to be so impressed, kind of.
Well, you see, I'm not really that taken by. I'm not concerned about what's going on the field right now, because they're training and getting tactics right. I'm more concerned about what's going on behind the scenes. Yes, you understand? That is what my problem. That's where my problem lies. You qualify for the Afcon, a few days to the Afcon, you fire your coach, you bring an interim manager, and then you're bringing somebody in to replace the interim manager, and it's going to come in after the initial. I mean, there's just so many distractions. Guavon right now will be looking over his shoulder. I mean, like Pinnick said, that he might be.
If he wins the Afcon,
he
he
could be the substantive coach. And then a few days later, you make a dramatic U-turn, and then you hire somebody else. You know,
so Nigerians are used to drama.
So now, no matter how well Eguavoen does in the Afcon, he knows he's not getting the job. You know, so and that messes with your head sometimes. You know, so I don't think they're giving Eguavoen the right environment for him to work and to succeed, really. So that's where my concern lies. Not really necessarily what's going on the pitch, because I know we have the players, they can actually do this. But off the pitch, that is where our problem lies. Administratively, that is where we seem to always get it wrong. And we're still getting it wrong up till now.
Well, talking about Nigerian Super Eagles, as we said earlier, 13 players are already in camp. Starting from Maduka Okoye. Okoye has joined in. He came in yesterday, and right now we have 13 players. Well, the likes of Olisanda is there. You also have Moses Simon, not forgetting the goalkeeper, Francis Uzoho, Daniel Akpeyi. They are all around now. Peter Olayinka is also there. Not forgetting the man from Jam, that's Maduka Okoye. He's in town now, and we hope that he will join the goalkeepers as they train ahead. Not forgetting the likes of Olisanda from Orlando Pirates, South Africa. He's also in. He spoke there in the interview as we interviewed. Chidera Ejuke is also in. He was among the players that train at the MK Abiola Stadium. Talking about Peter Olayinka, the player that has been called to replace the likes of Sime and all of them that will be coming. In fact, Dennis too. Well, these are the players so far that have been in the stadium. Taiwo Awoni of Union Berlin is also in. He trained with them. Zaidu Sanusi of FC Porto is in. He's among the 13 players that are right now in Nigeria training ahead of this particular competition that we hold. The Nigerian Super Eagles will do us proud over there in Cameroon. They said in the next 5 days, on Wednesday rather, they'll be leaving. That's 5th of January. They'll be leaving for Cameroon, so Garoua, where the Super Eagles play alongside Egypt, Guinea-Bissau, and you have to look at Sudan also. Can we scale through?
Yes, well, on paper, it's a scalable group. I mean, the name that pops out there is Egypt, you know, and yes, it could go either way when Nigeria plays Egypt. It depends on which Super Eagles turn up. You know, Super Eagles can be finicky sometimes. Exactly.
Unpredictable.
They can play a blinder now, and then tomorrow they will be missing in action. So we just hope that the phenomenal Super Eagles show up when we get to play Egypt. And of course, not discounting. You see, the problem sometimes is we underestimate some teams. You know, Sudan can actually do something amazing, just like we did with
not against Super Eagles.
We saw it with Cape Verde.
You know, I told you I'm suspecting that you are from North Africa.
We saw what happened with Cape Verde. We actually underestimated Cape Verde, and they came and they did the business.
Last time was Egypt. Now it's Sudan.
You understand?
I know what to do for you. Don't worry. I know what to do. Well, Ibrahim always trying to be a bit. We reconcile Nigeria and Super Eagles. You know, at times they can give someone so unpredictable action when you expect them to do well. But we hope and believe that Nigeria and Super Eagles will do us proud in this competition that they will be facing. And they said they will be leaving on 5th of January. So Garoua is where Group D are stationed. Nigeria, Egypt, Sudan, Guinea-Bissau. Hopefully we will do well and top the group. If you top the group, we'll stay there till quarterfinals, and that will be at least, instead of moving around from one seat to another, if we're able to top our group, we retain our seat in Garoua City.
Yes, exactly, because you know, moving around actually destabilizes the team, because you have to go to a new place, new hotel, new training facilities, but you're already used to this, and so that's an added incentive for us to actually try to win the group. I hope I will be pleasantly surprised by the Super Eagles. I really do.
Okay, so now let's have a feel of what happened. The goalkeepers, yes, the Super Eagles goalkeeper training went so smooth. Let's see some jumping around that they did at the stadium.
Last one.
Okay, so just take a look at the training. I think the goalkeepers are really they are ready for this.
Yeah, well, you can see some good training on reflexes there, but still, let me come back to the. I don't think we need 4 goalkeepers. Really, Ademi, I really don't think we need
That's
4
nothing
goalkeepers.
we can do now. 3 are there, and a 4th person has actually joined them.
You understand? I really don't think. I don't know.
A player. So at least another division,
another department exactly should have taken that. We don't need 4 goalkeepers to prosecute this. I don't know what thoughts came into making up the list, but maybe they know something that I don't. Yeah, but it's good to see the goalkeepers up and doing, you know, and getting their trainings in, and we hope that those trainings will be put into practice when it's this match day.
I suspect that you are not from Nigeria. So, I mean, just adding some spice there. Now let's let's leave Super Eagles alone now for a while. Let's talk about the NPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League match day 4. Also, some matches went down, about 7 matches across different stadia in Nigeria for the weekend, where Nasarawa United, they did well, defeating Afcon United by 2-0. Let's look at those results quickly. Our time is running out. Now let's look at Kano Pillars, the biggest match that was played. That was the expected. Everybody was looking at that Nigeria Classico.
Exactly. When you actually saw the fixture list,
that match is tagged Zobia. Zobia. No, was Zobia now. Zobia.
Exactly, because that was the fixture that actually popped up when you saw Kano Pillars playing Aimba. I mean, you know it's going to be fireworks and whatnot. And well, same as Gida actually.
It did so well.
Exactly, and they got one over.
And they were propelled because I learned Ahmed Musa offered 3 million naira to push them at least win this match. You know they've not been performing so well.
Yes, I think this is their first win.
Yes, 2 million for the players if they can win, 1 million for the technical crew if they can give a good technical advice for them to win.
And they did that. And
money is very powerful.
It is a very good motivator, and we hope that this result will be a motivator for them as well. And it's also maybe a result that could ginger Aimba to know that, okay, fine, they're not doing well this season. They need to get their acts together, because I think they're still winless.
Yeah, you just have to at least do that business against Ayimba. They did so well. Talking about the NPFL match day 4 results, 7 matches. Let's look at the other results quickly. Ayimba against Kano, a big one, but Kano Pillar had their way. Rivers against Sunshine Stars and their goalless. Enugu Rangers 4-0, walloping of Niger Tornadoes in Enugu at the Cathedral. Wicked Torres of Bauchi, Kabiru Dogo winning against MFM of Lagos there 3-0. Plateau United also defeated Athland by 3-0. Dakada against Remo Stars, 1-0 draw there, while Nasarawa United also did well, defeating Aqua United. This Remo Stars team should watch out for that teams in the NPFL, because Remo Stars seems to be they're really doing so well.
Yeah, I think they're still unbeaten.
Yeah, unbeaten.
Yeah, they're currently unbeaten in the league. They have 2 wins and a few draws. So they are like the surprise package of this season, and well, it's nice to see teams like this coming up in the NPFL, trying to getting some surprise results, going on ones, and maybe we might get a surprise winner this season.
Well, let's wait and see if we're going to get a surprise winner. Remo Stars are still topping the table. If you quickly look at how the table stands right now, the Remo Stars are topping, and they are really making statement. Actually, drawing away is a motivation for that team that stays in the Ikene, Ogun State. You have Remo Stars. They are really doing well, but this is a table that they played before this particular match.
Yes, before this match.
If you see this table, Remo Stars, the same Remo Stars are still topping after playing 4 matches, but this is the team with 3 of their standing.
So they are doing quite well. They're still unbeaten, and well, they can continue to go on that vein. Then we might be able to have something to look forward to in the NPFL, because sometimes we don't watch the NPFL because we think there's a predictability to it. You know,
it's changing now.
You know the big wigs. You know the people that will win. Everybody, the home team always wins and whatnot. But things are changing now, and we hope it will keep on getting better, so that we can have more attention drawn to the league and more people going to the stadium to watch games.
To let you know that Remo Stars in the match day 4, they still top it because of the fact that they were able to draw away. Looking at NPFL match day 4, Nasarawa United did well by maintaining their status quo there, winning their game 2-0. You just have to also give it up to the likes of Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars, they were motivated by Ahmed Musa, and now they got a very good result. We've been talking about the NPFL match day 4, and we also talk about Nigerian Super Eagles. Now we have the table table as it stands. Remo Stars with 4 points, 4 matches, 8 points. Rivers United are second. They are actually second because of the goals, the difference of 4 against 5. Rangers are third with 7 points. Aqua United. You have Kwara United, Wiki Torres. Nasarawa are 7th on the log. You have Lobby Stars. Now, Kano Pillars, that win they did yesterday, now has propelled them from 20 to 13th on the log. That they started making, you see now, just 1 win, and at least
this is it's still early days in the season, and most teams are actually bunched up in one place. You can look at if you see the top 10 are separated by only 3 points. You understand? So anything can actually happen, you know. So 1 win could make a huge difference depending on how other results actually turn out. So getting the good results now will put you in a very good stead, so that maybe when you do suffer a dip in form later in the season, things might be easier for you.
Now, you see, looking at the table now, Niger Tornadoes are standing 14, Heartland 15 on the log, same point they share from 11th to 11 on the log, so 15. They have the same point, 4 for all the team. And you have Katsina and MFM having the same point, 3 points. Shooting Stars, Gombe United, and Sunshine Stars are 18, 19, and 20 on the log.
It actually breaks your heart a little bit to see a team like Shooting Stars on the 18th position. You know, Shooting Stars is a massive club in Nigeria, lots of following, very historic club. And well, we hope that since it's still
they're just coming back from a very long spell.
Exactly. So, and we hope that they will get back to where we know Shooting Stars actually deserve to be. Yes.
Okay, we've been reviewing the MPFM Match Day 4 result and also the table there, where Remo Stars of Ikene are still topping, despite the fact that they are just they are a new debutant in the MPFL. Well, they are doing well, standing top there. Also, Super Eagles are preparing for Afcon. They started their training session yesterday, and they will still be having also today till they leave on Wednesday for Garoua City in Cameroon. That's it on 360 Sport for this hour. We want to appreciate you, Ibrahim. Good to have you.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm Adeli Ajishafe. Thanks for staying with us on 360 Sport on Trust TV. Do not forget to join us on our social media platforms. Thanks for watching.